And yesterday was seduced by the garlic bread of divine vengeance day.
Yikes.
Yes. Ev was.
Cue image.
I don't know if she was seducing or he was seducing, but there was definitely some seducing going on.
Yeah, Steve, you gotta put that image up as the recap for this video.
The
I'll
trashy
stream
romance
my
novel image.
shit piece.
Yes,
I will try to remember. I'll probably put it at the beginning of the
please.
session because of this
Yeah.
little dialogue that we're having right now. Okay.
I could even read it to you. What's going on? I just heard a.
So I can stream on for medicine so
Triggers.
I can shout around Roll20 quietly.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so who else is entering the shop? So far we have Roll Hall and Joseph. Also, I haven't heard Roosevelt's voice once. Is Mike working?
I'm here.
There we go. It's working.
I said, hey, when it came in. Well, I'm definitely inside because I was going to tell this fella some. That was that. Have you asked anyone here whether they have something you can grab or not? Because supplies wise and swords wise, especially swords, because I have something you might enjoy or might like.
I think Joseph said. I think he asked it last time, and Joseph said that's what I'm currently doing, trying to see what I can get.
Yes, from the shopkeep, but not from me. Rohal.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, that was the answer to Rohal, but I guess Joseph asked it. Well, what are you offering then?
Offering. Well, I don't have much use for it, but you were looking for short swords, yes?
I'm currently looking what I can get. I was thinking of a longsword.
A longsword?
Maybe even a saber, if I can get my hands on one.
I seem to recall that you were saying short sword. I have a scimitar. Does that help at all?
Not sure about a scimitar. I'm guessing it is kind of similar to a saber.
Scimitar is a little curved, I think, but it is. I think it's a finesse weapon, if I'm not mistaken. So finesse. I think there's some benefits for that.
Because the short sword is +1. The scimitar is normal, but I was thinking if you're using main hand, offhand, right? Isn't that kind of your thing?
Joseph turns around, walks over. May I see that short sword, please?
Reaches forward a short sword, +1.
May I do some inspection with my newly gotten eyes?
What?
Steve.
Are you asking me? Sorry. Oh yeah. Go ahead. Roll.
Investigation or
the sword. It depends if you're looking for something in particular or just overlooking it in general.
I'm overlooking the sword if it sticks out to me some way. The short sword +1.
Let's see. What was your roll? Your roll was.
Well, what am I rolling?
You're gonna do a perception roll.
Yikes!
It looks like a finely crafted weapon, and that's all you can really tell about it. It looks like It looks like it's better than any of your weapons. That's all you know.
Joseph puts out his hand and looks at Rohal. May I?
Absolutely. Go for it.
Joseph grabs it, tries the balance, does some finesse things with it, tries it out. How does it feel?
Feels light. Feels like it's been perpetually sharpened. Never out of perfect order. And you know that of magical weapons. And magical items, they have a durability stronger than even the most mastercraft things. So you believe that it is truly a, what one would say out of character, a +1 weapon. A beyond a mastercraft weapon with some magical enchantment, basically.
Joseph looks at the blade and looks back at Rohal. And what do you want for it?
You're part of the party. I don't have much use for it. You can have it. That's all good.
You sure?
Right, very much so.
Where am I while all this is going on, by the way?
So Jinyo is with Yvonne and Lorian just outside of the shop. The door is open, and you're all hearing all of this. You're welcome to enter the shop or stay outside with the big egg that you were moving along with Tenser's floating disc throughout the town of Heldren, or should I say small city of Heldren.
How do I put my character in again?
Joseph
take.
says that if it helps you out and it helps me, and if fucking hell I can't speak. If I can help you by taking this off your hands, then I shall. Do you have a scabbard for it?
A what now?
A scabbard.
sheath.
Sheath.
Not that I am aware of. Maybe that is something that is
Joseph has a
intriguing
short sword.
shopkeep.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh.
Joseph has a sheath, but it's already being filled with a blade, but it fits the same blade. I'm just putting that out there. You can see that Rohal as well.
How do I put my token on?
I put it on for you. I'm having a hard time rotating because these damn...
I guess I'll just put it somewhere and I'll say thank you to Rohal and turn back around to the guy and say, well, seems I got some sort of a weapon for my comrade. What could you... Well, he shows the figure, the small sword figure again. What can you either give me, either in gold value or item as a trade?
He puts his hand out as if to ask to take a look at it himself.
Okay, he slowly gives it to him, looking at him,
Okay.
giving the... Yeah.
You place
give
it
it-
in. You place it into his left gloved hand, and he holds it under the candlelight to closely inspect it. As he does that, I want to switch over to Lorian and Yvonne outside. Both of you are standing by the very large egg. It is still fairly clear day with some moderate wind. What do you all do? Are you staying out there? Are you coming inside? Is there anything you're doing in the meantime?
Well,
Both of you?
I don't think there are any supplies that I need. Yvonne, I'll leave it up to you, darling. Would you rather stay out here, or do you want to go in and join the rest? I know things are a little tender right now.
I don't really have anything that I need. I'll stay out here.
All right.
Is there any armor in this shop?
Make a perception roll. You can definitely see some, but I want to see what your roll is there.
I'm trying to find my... Well, they've done some update to this shit. There it is.
20, not bad. As you look around the room while the half-orc is looking over Joseph's item, you do see that there are just about every type of armor and almost every type of weapon that you can find, non-magical for the most part. There's a really nice set of plate mail on a
wear
rack there
that?
by the door. A rogue would get disadvantages on some of your most prized skills for wearing that type of armor. My campaign, I do allow a lot of versatility of what you can wear, but you will also suffer the penalties. For example, if Lorian the wizard would wear a full plate mail, she could, but it might make it so that maybe some of her spells that require somatic components, like her hands moving, would completely fail. And so, yeah. So you might fail on stealth checks and things like that.
Is there like a... I don't know what I would call it, but like a light scale mail? Basically, I want something that's going to be like a +1. That won't affect that. Like some better armor than what I've got. So then I've got anything good.
Studded leather is pretty good for a rogue. You do see regular studded leather. You don't see any specialized studded leather here, but there is regular studded leather.
I've got studded leather already. There's nothing better than that.
You don't see anything better than that, unfortunately.
All right.
And then all of a sudden you see the half orc here. Let me show you his face again. Where is this image? I have so many new images here. And he notices that another half orc has entered the shop finally because his eyes were fixated on the item that Joseph was showing him.
What tribe are you from?
Forgotten again. The Inaraki, is it Inaraki tribe? The
You
worm
are
hunters?
the Idguru tribe.
Idguru tribe. I need to
Yeah.
write this down on my
That's
cards.
right. No, it's fine. I got you, man. I'm a DM. And so, yeah, you say that. You say you're from the Idguru tribe. And just a little recap on your background, and the rest of the party members know this from traveling with you. A lot of the half-orcs, sometimes they're discriminated against. About 30, 40, 50 years ago, there have been the Orkland Wars where some of the half-orcs were on the side of the quote-unquote untamed people from the southeast of the province, and many other half-orcs fought on the side of the quote-unquote civilized peoples. So there's kind of a mixed feeling among half-orcs and their background. And there are half-orcs of all different kind of backgrounds and tribal backgrounds. Your background is from the Idguru tribe, which is sort of walking the fine line. Think of like the Native Americans before the Civil War. Think of how some of them would work with the white men and things like that. They are sometimes seen as savages, your tribe, but also have been known to be cooperative and be civil among two different warring groups. And so he replies and says,
Yes. I'm from the Kallax tribe, but as you know, we are good friends. Our tribes, it's so good to have another member of the Idguru visit my shop. What can I help you with, brother?
I'm looking for some better armor, some specialized studded leather of some description. Something that will mean I can still move fast.
Unfortunately, I have nothing that is better than what I have on the floor here when it comes to leather armor. But I will say that because you are truly a brother of mine, I will give everyone here 50% off anything they purchase.
I'll give him the orc salute with my hand across my chest, and
and he does the same.
Joseph
So-
just tips his bowler cap.
And after he looks at your item, Joseph, he says that he can offer you a potion of greater healing for this. And that's all he can really offer to match the price, aside from some mundane items like regular weapons, regular armor, or adventuring supplies. Any adventuring supply you can think of, he has all the adventuring supplies here too. When it comes to bedrolls, climbing kits, ropes, torches, all those type of things.
What would Joseph know about value? What would be a greater potion of healing?
Potion of greater healing. Let me confirm that. You're going to get 50% off on it?
Like the full price.
Yes.
I need to get some potions. Actually.
Those can go for... I'm looking up this price. Wow, they can go for a lot. They can go... Let me see here. I'm getting a vanilla price for you here. They can go for about 100 gold pieces, but you're gonna he's giving you a discount on it. So
Joseph asked,
your item is a one-time use item. The potion of healing,
Yeah.
the greater healing, is a one-time use item as well.
how powerful was Tekken, if you're so kind to remind me.
Yes, that's a 44 plus 4, which is pretty exceptional considering healing is not a big thing in my homebrew.
Joseph asks, what would be that? Oh, fine, but just saying, I have something wrong with me today. I have trouble speaking today, but what would be that in gold value, good sir? For instance, if I would throw in my old rapier, which I might not need anymore. Still strong.
I could give you about 120 gold for this, if you throw in the sword, and that's a discount because your friend with an Idgu tribe member.
Joseph nods. Honestly, I think that some funding would be more valuable for me at this time. So, if you want, I can also show the rapier. And he pulls out the rapier and uh, points it at him with the handle, like pointing with the handle, like holding from the. He's holding the blade and like offering the handle to him.
It's a non-magical rapier, correct?
Yeah, that's
Is
non-magical
that
rapier.
the one with your father's emblem or signature on it or something?
Wait, what? I don't think that was ever a thing.
Okay, sorry, I'm getting mixed up. Yeah, so he nods and says the deal stands.
Then the deal is a deal, and he puts out his hand last to shake his hand.
He does so, passes you the money, and takes the 2 items from you. Make sure to remove them from your inventory. Roll Hall, your hand is also noticeably aching more from last time we were playing. Your hand was cursed, as you know, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Since then, you haven't felt this kind of ache there. And now you're starting to see the skin is somewhat red, as if it has a rash of some sort or something. It's not natural.
I walk over to the fire and properly take a look at it, more in the open.
It appears to be irritated, but you can't see much more.
Would we, like Ginny and Joseph, notice him doing that?
If you choose to, make a perception roll.
I will.
I'm trying to buy some potions, so I probably wouldn't be paying attention. So
Fair enough.
17.
I'm randomly stepping over to the fire. It would be pretty noticeable either way.
So the half-orc says, you do notice that he's doing that, Joseph. You just notice that he's over by the fire. You don't really notice that he's looking at his hand, per se, even with 17. And Jinyo, you only see that potions, he doesn't have any other potions other than a regular potion of healing, but he has other things in flasks. He has flasks of holy water. He has flasks of acid.
So how much is that potion of healing and a flask of acid?
Let's see. That's going
Actually, no, I don't want the flask of acid. Not after I got searched for acid bombs. That's just it's just a bad idea to be carrying acid around.
So a potion of healing would normally cost 50 gold, but you're getting 25 gold because you're getting a 50% discount.
That's like all my gold gone then. I won't do that.
I basically just pull up my sleeve for now and just walk back over here. Yep.
Very good.
You weren't finished, were you?
I'm done now. Yeah, I can't afford the potion. So.
Gotcha. All right.
With what potion again?
So, I was just gonna double check with you guys before. I have some. I have a crossbow that I'm not gonna use, and I also have a short bow. Let's see here. As said, the scimitar and whatnot. Otherwise, I'm gonna offer to sell that to him, to this gentleman. So, what do you guys?
No, I'm good. I've got like the gun that I got in the other session. So.
Oh yeah, I also have that fucking gun.
Got the doubloon glass.
Do you need more ammunition for it?
No, it's good. I've got like platinum piece, some gold. I just didn't want to spunk it all on one potion. So.
Gotcha. All right. So this will be a bit much. So I have +1 crossbow bolts, 10 of them. Then I have 1 scimitar. I think I'll just send you a list. How about that, Steve?
Sure.
I was also going to check.
Are you planning on selling all the stuff, just so I know what?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I was also going to check if I can exchange some of the gold to platinum pieces with this individual.
Yes, you can. He can make any exchanges for money, so you can do it on your own in your character sheet.
Gotcha. All right.
Yep. And then if you give me the list of items, he'll probably buy just about anything except for the guns. He doesn't have use for the guns.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Interesting. I think he'd be quite intrigued by that.
Yeah, he goes to explain a little bit about how he has no training in gnomish technology, and he would probably hurt himself and not know how to maintain it or not find any buyers for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Understood.
Sylvia, make a perception roll. And Lorian. Lorian and Yvonne.
Okay, let's see. Perception. Eh.
Oh, wait, open the wrong one. Hang on.
That's okay. This is good practice for you before you really start kind of clicking things.
But no, I mean, it rolled the wrong campaign.
Yeah, you need to be in this campaign right now.
Yeah, well, I thought it was, and then it reloaded this different one.
Here is Roll Hall's list of goodies. Ooh, it's actually not a bad bit of things.
I was also going to check how much is one, what are they called? One. Gold coin versus a platinum coin.
I think it's 10, but don't quote me on that.
Right.
I always forget.
Is it according to vanilla rules?
Yeah, we're going vanilla. Remind me, I always forget. I think it's either 10 or 100. I think it's 10. Both of you noticed nothing while outside.
It's correct, 10.
So for these items, Roll Hall, he's offering you 80. I'm sorry, not 80. Yeah, he's offering you 100 gold pieces. And it's really the bolt. It's really the bolts plus one that are really jacking the price up. Those are more valuable than the other things.
Oh yeah, understandably. All right, excellent. So
Okay,
give
so
me
if
again.
you're gonna do that, erase those things and give yourself 100 gold pieces in any
Yep.
breakdown of changes you like. Is there anything else that anybody's buying in the shop? I take that as a no. Okay.
I think I'm done in the shop.
Yeah, okay.
Let's
good.
get this egg to the wherever it's going. I assume
Alrighty.
that's the door.
So you all group up and you begin walking together for quite some time. As you know, you're heading approximately 4 to 5 hours to the east by foot. So obviously you're going to do whatever you have to do, Lorian, for your Tenser's floating disc as we travel.
Yeah, I've been, I figure I'd do the ritual cast again
Right.
while we're
There
hanging
was-
out outside.
Right.
There was one more thing though I would like to ask the shopkeeper in private, but you guys do your thing first.
Well, everyone else is stepping out of the shop, I think, so you're the last one in there then.
Well, does maybe Lorraine want to say what she wants to say first?
Well, we were already talking about if we're traveling, so if
Yeah.
this pertains to the shop, we'll do that first.
Well, Joseph, I guess, comes up and asks, tell me, are there any towns or villages elsewhere on this island, maybe to the southwest, so to speak, that maybe need some
There's
aid?
nothing but halfling farmland for the next 2 miles out in every direction, but if you start going to the southeast, you have a lot of forests, a lot of rocky land, a lot of uncharted territory. Often there have been reports of trolls and giants roaming around in different parts, but I think that's where some of you and your friends are heading, to the east, to that abandoned cathedral. Talk of monsters over there. I've had my fair share of adventuring. That's why I decided to settle down and open up a shop. I'm lucky to be alive. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, Joseph just make a note and asks, but would you know if any one of those halflings there might need any medical help or anything like that? Or do you know anyone who might know if someone needs help over there?
I don't make my way out there too often. Those halfling folk keep to themselves, other than bringing in a shipment of groceries and produce. I wouldn't be able to tell you, traveler.
Joseph nods and says, "Thank you, and thank you for your time. It was a pleasure doing business with you, good sir."
Thank you for doing business with me as well. I appreciate the business.
But may I acquire your name, maybe for future, so I can suggest you to other adventurers, saying that your things here, your items, are good.
Oh, I'll tell you my name if you don't take it the wrong way, but the name's Dab the Defiant. If I wasn't defiant, I wouldn't be alive here right now. Pleasure to meet you, and your name was?
Wait, what was his first name? Dab.
Dab the Defiant, as you can see on the picture that I shared with you. The picture should be titled as well in your Roll20 documents.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And he asked what my name was. Hold on. Well, you can call me Hedionovich.
Sounds like you're speaking Infernal. But it's a pleasure to meet you, Idjana.
And he stumbles, and he stumbles over the words, and doesn't spit them out quite right.
It's just kind of like giggle. That's a little friendly giggle. I understand. From where I'm from, it's weird. I know.
Roll
I assume I heard that.
With a 22 perception. I would say Rohal is just sort of standing by the door frame, and he hears absolutely everything. Yeah.
Yeah. That name, do I recognize it? Or the meaning of it? Because my character knows Infernal.
So as a DM, I will say that it's not Infernal. I just sort of put that in there comically.
Okay.
I have no idea what the fuck Sid is talking about, to be honest with you, as a DM.
Okay. I hear you.
I don't know what his play is, but you know what?
Well,
I'm letting him do what he wants to do. Yeah.
Of course.
Well, I can DM you what it was.
That's
Hold
fine.
on.
That's fine. But for now, we got to keep things rolling. So you DM me. Are you done with the shop, Sid?
Yes.
I was just gonna quickly. Hey, by the way, I almost forgot. I was asking earlier the chemist in town, and he didn't have any. But you don't happen to have any knowledge of, or you don't happen to have any hallucinogens, or perhaps a, somewhere I could get it.
Now, are you asking me because you're looking for different types of drugs for fun, or are you looking specifically for hallucinogens?
It's recreational. Both serve the same purpose, to be honest.
Well, other than midnight powder, I couldn't say I've seen anything in these parts for some time now. Certainly not hallucinogens, but...
Could you elaborate on hallucinogenic properties of midnight powder?
Well, midnight powder isn't much of a hallucinogen, but it's a recreational drug. It makes people move a little faster, think a little quicker, but the come down is something awful.
Gotcha. Alright. Well, do you know where I could find some form of hallucinogen?
I'm going to shout, get the midnight powder from the doorway, because that's where I'm standing.
Okay, how much for the midnight powder?
Right.
And also, perhaps some information about where I might find some hallucinogenic, substances.
Well, from the looks of it, you're one of those nature folk. I should be coming to you to figure out where the mushrooms are. So I couldn't tell you. However, I don't have any midnight powder here. But the Company of the Black Banner, have you heard of them?
No, I have not, in fact. I don't think.
Well, they do a lot of the dirty work for big trading companies, kings who don't want to get their own armies dirty. They tend to go in, they tend to clear out land for whoever pays the highest. And they're powered by the midnight powder. It's what keeps them going. They used to work for coin, and now it's as bad as them working mostly for the drug.
Alright, interesting. You don't happen to know their source by chance?
I don't know, but there's rumors that it comes from the mining in Ivestad. They mine everything up there, everything of a rocky substance, spices, precious metals, and certain drugs like the midnight powder.
Gotcha. Understood. All right, very well. That's very good information. Awesome. If you ever, we're gonna come back here after our engagement. If you ever come to think about some that you need assistance with, or even right now, give us a heads up.
Appreciate it. I've seen much of the world, and I can only hope the best for adventurers like you. I know what it can be like out there. Be safe.
You too. Have a good one.
All right, so you guys got more information than I anticipated. Well done. And so I take it that you continue eastward, yes, everyone?
Yeah.
I was actually gonna walk out to Lorien and just straight up show her the inflamed area, or not inflamed but irritated area.
Alright, I am going to investigate, I guess, would be the
And
right
also you should recognize it because you've seen it. Woohoo!
27.
You can just x-ray that with your eyes.
name.
So, while I hear Rohal's explanation of what she has and hasn't seen, I'm going to pour myself a beer. I'm curious as to what you were going to say, Roosevelt. What were you going to say about Lorien's expertise on the matter?
I wasn't gonna say anything about the expertise. I was gonna say that, most of us or all of us, I'm not sure how many of us were there at the time, but saw the situation that I was in with the tiefling kid, and the elf.
I don't remember anymore. Rose, I'm old.
No, I mean,
Please.
in character you do. That's all I needed to remember. So, investigation 27. I'm going to have you pair that with an intelligence roll for the memory recall to be combined with your investigation here.
Okay. Oh, that's
you did
a
an
save,
intelligence
sorry.
save, although that's so damn high, I just wish I can accept it. I don't know. Do a regular intelligence roll.
Aw,
12.
god damn it.
12. I will say that
Assist her.
you have a sufficient roll for a little bit of information. So you do believe that is exactly where the map or glyph or whatever it was you saw appear on his hand or wrist. It's the exact same spot. So you think it's related. You also, in hindsight, because to what you saw when he was saving the halfling child 20 years ago when you were reliving his memories. It's getting deep. Do you remember when you had the shared memory and people saw you have your abortion? And
My miscarriage. Well,
miscarriage. I don't know what to call it. It's it's fantasy.
That's mostly what sticks in my mind, to be honest with you, Steve.
Okay, well I'll do a quick recap for everybody before we push on with the adventure. So, Rohal and his druid, I think he was a druid friend, were saving a tiefling boy. Their mission was to
Demon
go
hunter, I think it was.
Yes.
But yeah.
The two of them were hired to go kill this child, which was captive by these demons. For whatever reason, maybe there was a prophecy that the child was going to rise up and do terrible harm. But they felt for the child, and instead of killing the child, did everything they could to rush him out of the hellscape, which is one of the layers of the abyss. And then, in doing so, some of the minions of an unknown demon lord who was keeping this child captive cursed him on the way out. And when he did so, you saw that there was a glyph put upon his hand. And it looked almost like a map of the hellscape, not too different from what Joseph experienced with the map in his mind of the Plain of Ash. You think that these things might be somehow connected. And your memory, hindsight is 20/20, with your 27 investigation, which is almost, unbeatable, is that you believe that the glyph was highlighted when in the presence of any type of demonic flame, such as the flames of the hellscape, allowing you to see clearly what the map or glyph or writings were on his wrist. And now you're only seeing that the skin is somewhat irritated there, but illegible.
When did this start to flare up? Exactly.
You asking me or him? Sorry.
I'm asking
Not
him.
asking me. My memory is a bit foggy, but the other day when we were coming back from the sea, right? I can't recall.
I believe it was when Joseph mentioned the map in his head, when he was basically bringing up reason why Lauren should either kill him or kick him out.
Oh. Right. Yeah, I remember. No. I can mention that, but I don't think this far off. I'm not sure I would remember the specific connection to the map there. It was when you were talking to Joseph about, well, the whole ordeal on the ship, when he was turned back, in the, what do you call it, the living quarters up there, like outside the living quarters.
Mm-hmm.
Then it started flaring up, but it's getting worse. And like right now, where I just stirred up came out was literally because it's just, it started staying in a lot in there, simply.
In the shop.
Yeah.
Well, you're the healer. Maybe you can make some ointment for it or something. Maybe I'll go in the shop after all and just check. Okay,
Does Yvonne follow? I know she's been tightly close to Lorien for much of the past day.
No, Florian's going into the shop. I think Yvonne's gonna go find somewhere to perch outside and just have some alone time.
Okay.
Okay.
And Joseph, make a perception roll. Joseph and Rohal, make a perception roll while you're out there. And if Junior wants to as well. But mostly you two guys, because you guys stepped out quickly.
I also want to point out that the egg will follow into the shop.
I know.
Yeah, so that the orc will.
It comes snugly through the door frame. Sorry. Yeah. No, the orc acknowledges it, but he doesn't say anything yet. You have to realize this island is used to seeing lots of giant eagle things.
Yeah, I'm just pointing it out so that you remember to point that, like, have that in your mind. Anyways.
Rohal, you do notice Giva walking through the cobblestone streets a few blocks over, heading what appears to be toward the docks. That's all you see. Nothing crazy. And Lorien, you enter the shop, yeah.
Alright.
Steve,
Yes?
during when Rohal and Lauren are inspecting the the inflammation on Rohal's hand, may I attempt to, in a way, slip away?
Yes.
So that would be stealth?
Yes.
How about a 24?
Nobody notices you slipping away.
I didn't see.
Nobody notices you slip away. The question is, which direction are you heading?
The ship.
Very good. So we'll get to you in just a moment. Lorien, you make it into the shop. I can pull your token on there if you need help with that.
Oh, okay.
There we go. I'll try to make it accessible to you as well. So what would you like to do in the shop here?
I'm going to say, hello there, sir. I'm with the group that was just in here. Do you happen to have any items with... it's infernal, right, Steve? Infernal connections.
So what was infernal? Are you talking about the thing that was on his wrist, or?
Well, it was a... Is it abyssal or infernal? The plane, the hell plane.
It's abyssal.
Abyssal.
Actually, we're gonna have to do that 10-minute break in a moment. But before we do, I'll just make a little distinction that you should know in character. So,
Abyssal, yeah.
So demons and devils are both types of fiends in one way or another. But they are often at odds with each other. Demons are more chaotic in nature, and devils are more lawful in nature. Devils are the ones that have been used by some of Ganondor's cultists as sentinels in the past, whereas the demons are more at odds with them. And he says he doesn't have anything really in the entire shop that has to do with either infernal or abyssal things, unfortunately.
Don't suppose you have a strange sword hilt that came into your possession by any chance?
I have about 30 different hilts here, but they're all connected to a very mundane blade. So I don't know what you're talking about, unfortunately, but I will keep an eye out for you while you're on your journey.
Oh, I would appreciate that. I'm trying to rebuild a sword, and it's very magical, and we're looking for the hilt, so got a little weird magical stirring out there, so I thought I would try. Does he seem like he's telling the truth?
That's what insight rolls are for.
Or insight, you mean, oh not, sorry, yeah, insight, let me roll that.
Yep.
Okay, there we go.
He
Okay.
appears to be telling the truth to everyone here, and you were just within earshot. So that's 15 insight. You feel like there's something he's somewhat uneasy about, but you don't believe it has to do with the abyssal or infernal or hilt discussion that you're having.
Oh shit.
Oh, don't mind.
Fuck.
He recognized infernal. Sounds like infernal. Put that out there.
Based on the insight roll, it doesn't appear that it has anything to do with the languages or the rash or any of that stuff. It seems like there's something else that has been on his mind or just clouding his thoughts while you're out shopping here.
Yeah, are you alright? Can I... Please? Thank you. Are you alright, darling? You seem a little out of sorts.
I haven't had this big of a sale in a long time, to be perfectly honest with you. It's refreshing to see a fellow brother come in and have all of these wonderful transactions, to be perfectly honest with you. And I get kind of tired of dealing with farmers, and I get tired of dealing with the knights that come through here. It's refreshing to see some adventurers like myself. I guess you could say I'm a little flustered.
Oh, it's alright, Cupcake. We'll do our best to be sure to stop by when we come back and tell you how things went. Oh, don't mind the egg, by the way. We found it on an island where the negative plane was leaching through, and it's a giant eagle egg. And they don't want it, so we're just... You know how these things go, right? Former adventurer and all, from what I heard from the doorway.
I did recognize that it's a giant egg, and I appreciate you being careful in the shop here.
Of course. Yeah. I'm not the destroy everything type. No, alright. Well, I suppose that's it. You sure you're alright, though? Helping people
Yes,
is okay.
I'm quite alright. You be careful out there.
We will. Okay, well, be well. I'm sure we'll come on back through on the way out. And